Hello everyone, it's Jillian and I'm so excited about today's video because I'm going to be giving some old slime a makeover, and these slimes desperately needed a transformation, and honestly, today's slime makeover video is probably the most difficult one I've done so far. These slimes were a bit challenging, but I can't wait to get started, so let's jump into it. The first slime that is going to be getting a total makeover today is this cake batter inspired slime, and this one had actually discolored a little bit from the foam beads, which I was a bit surprised to see. As you can see, it's kind of got a green tint. It was originally a white slime and I think it had a bit of clay in it as well. Now I already knew that I wanted to remove the foam beads, so I was so happy to see that most of them were stuck to the lid of the slime, so that made my job so much easier. Then I just started mixing the slime back together and it went a really strange color. It was kind of like a brown mixed with a white. It was not a pretty color at all, but I just decided to add it to a bowl and then I just mixed it all together to see what I was working with. Now, because I didn't like the color of this slime, I knew that I was eventually going to make it a bright color, but to achieve that I knew that I really needed a bright white base just to make sure that the color of the slime would be nice and vibrant. So I added some white food coloring and mixed this all together, and whenever I add food coloring to a slime, it also deactivates the slime, so this makes it a lot easier to continue its makeover. Now, when I was originally planning this slime, I was thinking I was going to do a pink or purple, but for some reason I just thought, let's do bright sunshine yellow. Now, I had a vision in my head for this slime. I was going with a really pretty unicorn theme, and I've never done unicorns with yellow before, but I thought today would be an awesome time to try that. It had a really nice cake batter scent, but I decided to add to that with some caramel vanilla scent, and then I added a few pumps of lotion to make it nice and clicky and stretchy. And then I started to activate the slime, and this is always the interesting part in a slime makeover because I never know how this is going to go. And this slime actually surprised me. It just would not activate. I just kept adding more and more activator and it would just stay sticky. It was kind of acting like it was going to form, but then it would just melt again. So I actually went ahead and made a stronger activator and then added that, and finally it did come together. It was very, very clicky and jiggly, but I'm going to transform it into a butter slime soon, so that's okay. Like I said, I wanted this to be a butter slime, so I'm just taking a packet of white Daiso clay and mixing this in. Then I just took a plastic container and added some large foam beads to the bottom of it, and I wasn't originally going to do this, but I wanted to see if it would work and if it would look really cool, and I was so happy with how it looked with the slime on top. It had this really awesome layered effect and I loved the unicorn colors. I then topped it off with some sprinkles that matched the large foam beads. We are all coordinating today. And then of course I had to add a cute little unicorn charm, and this is the sweetest little unicorn charm I think I've ever seen. I was so excited to use it. So this is a slime pre-makeover and desperately needing a transformation, and I'm so happy with how it turned out because it turned into this amazing magical unicorn slime, and I actually love the colors in this slime. Now, I wasn't sure how the yellow was going to go with the sprinkles that I had picked out, but I think it looks so cool with that pop of yellow, and I'm loving this layered effect on top of these large foam beads. Let me know what you think in the comments below of this slime makeover. I'm so happy with it, and the unicorn charm is honestly my favorite thing in the world right now. next makeover, I decided to give 2 slimes a makeover and to combine them to create an awesome Starbucks Frappuccino inspired slime. And honestly, going into this transformation, I was so nervous because I did not know if these slimes were going to be able to transform into what I wanted them to do. They were very, very tricky, and honestly, it was just one problem after another, and I felt like giving up a lot, but it all came together in the end. So let's jump into it. So starting off with the pink slime, as you can see here, very separated. I did not know if I was going to be able to actually give this a makeover just because that dried clay on top was giving me so many issues. So I first started trying to mix it all together. I really wanted to get the same consistency, but it was so hard. There was just so many pieces of clay. As you can see here, I'm like ripping it apart. So I thought if I activated it, then it would be easier to mix it all into the same consistency. And it did work. There was still a few lumps and bumps in there, but I feel like it just added to the texture. So then I decided to add a few pumps of lotion to soften up this slime, and it was quite stiff and it would rip, so I really needed that lotion in there. And then I went back to using a spatula because it was starting to melt again from the lotion. I scented it like cinnamon and vanilla because this is kind of Christmas themed. It's going to have a little gingerbread on top, so I went with a really festive scent of cinnamon and vanilla. Very nice, smells like a chai latte. And then I activated it for the last time and added a small amount of soft Daiso clay just to make it a bit thicker and nice and spreadable. And I was really happy with it. It's very, as you can see, there's a lot of texture going on here, but it actually formed a slime again, which I was so surprised at. Now, if you thought that last slime was difficult, wait until you see this slime. I don't know what I was thinking. I feel like I picked the most difficult slime. So this has separated a lot. At this point, I was like, is there even any glue in here? It also deflated a lot if you're wondering why it's so empty. So I poured it into a bowl, and I'm pretty sure from memory this slime was originally white, but it had gone this really light tan color. Very strange, but that's okay. So I added some lotion and some white food coloring and mixed it all together. And again, this softened up the slime, which made it so much easier to combine. Here I'm just trying to soften out all those clay lumps and bumps. There was a lot of texture going on. I did the best that I could, but eventually I just had to give up. So we've got some strange texture going on with all those little dry clay bits, but that's okay. Now, I originally wanted to leave this slime a bright white to look like the whipped cream on top of a Frappuccino, but I could not get that color, so I decided to tint it a pretty light blue. I didn't know how this was going to look on top of the pink slime, but again, in this video, I feel like we're just trying all new things. So here is the slime. I reactivated it, and as you can see, it's a very interesting texture. There are some lumps and bumps. It looks a bit gritty, I feel like, so I decided to kind of roll with that and transform it into a cloud cream by adding instant snow and mixing it in, and this definitely helped with the texture. You couldn't tell that it was a strange texture anymore. It just formed the perfect cloud cream. To put this Frappuccino slime together, I started off by placing some of the pink slime in a clear plastic container with a Starbucks sticker on the front. I then topped it off with the blue cloud cream slime to look like whipped cream, some colourful foam beads, a little green straw, and this cute little gingerbread charm. So this is the slime before. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. I feel like I just created the hardest challenge for myself, but I cannot believe that that transformed into this. I am so happy with how it turned out. It did not look how I thought it would. I feel like these slimes just changed so much as I was going through the video, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments below of this slime makeover. these slimes definitely gave me some trouble along the way and by far have been the most difficult so far in all my slime makeover videos, but I'm so happy with how they turned out. It was a challenge, but I feel like we got there in the end. Let me know in the comments below how you think I went with these slime makeovers. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!